Hi there, and welcome back to Social Life and Peel. Today we have Lua with us, who is a surfboard instructor. So we're going to see some very interesting and fun ways to work out, so you have no excuses anymore. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, glad to be here.
So what is this whole surfboard working out? How do you work out on a surfboard? Talk to us.
So the whole idea of bringing the surfboard into your workout is because you're working out on an unstable surface. So by bringing that instability to your workout, you're never really isolating any muscle groups. So number one benefit of that is that it's more functional movement. So for every day, you're never just working your abs or just your shoulders. You're always moving and doing things that use your whole body. Number two is your workouts get to be a lot shorter. They're only 45-minute classes. You get everything in there.
And I heard you burn 700 calories,
Up
which
to
is
900.
equivalent. Oh, up to 900.
If you're really giving her.
Which is more than a Big Mac.
Yes.
So where did this whole theory come about?
So actually the inventors of the board are pro hockey players, but they would surf in their off season. They were quite good surfers too. They loved the conditioning they get from it. They were always ripped and jacked at the end of the summer, and they wanted to be able to bring that to their entire year round. So they invented a previous version of this board. A couple years ago they were on Shark Tank in the States, and they kind of were able to blow out this concept to be able to bring it to more locations.
Well, it's really hard for you to kind of surf here in the Peel region, especially with this type of weather that we've been having.
Yeah, minus 20, not so great.
It's not too much fun.
But we can fake it.
We totally
That's showbiz. Okay, so how can anybody do this? Like if I was a beginner, I've never done this before, I can get on and I will have some success in the class and not totally embarrass myself.
For sure. So we always actually start these on the easiest setting, which means that the balls underneath are actually fully inflated, pushing up against the board. And then you've got two straps on either side. We always keep them strapped in. If you wanted more of a challenge, you could always deflate the balls a little or unstrap one or both straps of them. For more
Okay.
stability.
So let's
So,
start.
Let's get to it.
Okay. So you're gonna join me?
I guess I'm going to join as well.
Okay. You want to hop on the other side of
Yeah.
your board there? I'm gonna guide you through this.
Okay.
So number one, we're gonna grab these front parts. We call them the rails.
Okay.
Then we're gonna bring our knees down on the board into a tabletop position.
Okay.
There we go. And you can shimmy your knees back just a little
Okay.
bit. We're gonna start with knee push-ups. I'm sure you can do regular ones.
I think so.
But
Okay.
let's bring the hips forward so our upper body's nice and flat.
Yeah.
Keep the elbows in. Inhale down. Exhale up. So, as you can probably tell already, there's a bit of instability
Yes, I
side
can
to
feel it.
side.
It's very hard to stabilize.
For sure, you have to keep your core engaged the whole time.
Right.
So even though we haven't done any core work yet, by the time we would get to crunches in the class, you'd already be feeling it.
Well, the funny thing is my core is actually engaged without me even engaging it.
Exactly,
Yeah.
it has to be, you have no choice.
Right.
So feel that movement of the board,
Yeah.
quite a bit there.
Okay.
So now come to a plank.
So what parts of the body are we engaging right now?
So in the push-up, obviously the arms, the shoulders, the chest, the back, and the core. When you come to a plank, even more core, but you have to engage all the way right down to your heels, so your calves are engaged, your glutes, everything's keeping you up right now.
Everything's engaged right now.
Everything.
Yeah.
Let's dip to one side
Oh,
and
even
dip the
more.
hips down.
Okay.
Yeah, back to center, dip over to the other side.
Dip, definitely.
I'm dipping.
Help him out. So, and imagine,
Surfboard.
how does this compare? How would you say this compares to doing this just on a flat surface?
Well, I can already feel a difference in my shoulders and definitely in my core right away.
Big time, big
So
time.
if you master this class, can you get on a real surfboard in the ocean?
So you still have to learn how to anticipate waves in the water, how to know which one's a good one to surf and not. But we would teach you moves like how to come from your paddling like this in the water, and then coming up to your pop-up. So things like that, which you would need on the board, and to be familiar with that rotational movement and how to stabilize yourself, those are things that you would learn in a Surfset class.
So, like, I mean, for a beginner,
Yes,
this is very difficult to keep stable.
for sure.
There's got to be a safety factor involved.
Absolutely. So, I mean, all of our floors in the studio are rubber flooring, so you're never going to hurt yourself, even if you
Okay.
do kind of topple off a little bit. But everyone is supposed to keep a smile, even if you're wobbly, it just means that your muscles aren't used to what you're doing. And every move can be modified for different fitness levels. So if you're feeling really, really shaky, instead of having your leg all the way up, come down to a knee for your lunge, things like that. There's always modifications.
I'm just trying to keep the board stable right now, and I'm getting a workout in here.
Definitely, definitely.
Great. And how many classes would you have to attend to see some sort of results?
Good question.
That is a good question. I mean, it's not necessarily, you can come to 5 classes, but if they're spaced out over a month, you might not see as quick a result.
Yeah.
But you will start to notice, even after your first couple of classes, that your core does get stronger, that your balance does get better. But obviously, if you want the benefits of actually toning the muscles and burning that fat off, come to a couple more classes a week. Try to fit in 2-3 workouts a week, no matter what type. But by including Surfset in that workout, you're really going to engage the entire core section, get that nice, sleek surfer body that everyone wants.
How did you?
Yeah. Don't take my question. How did you get involved?
So my partners and I, we all have our own backgrounds professionally, but one of them came across this concept in a magazine, and we all have our big passion is fitness, and it always has been. So we went and tried a class at a yoga studio out in Aurelia, and we just loved it. We fell in love with it. We all had found something in it that we really liked, and we said, why don't we bring this to Toronto? Why don't we make this something new and exciting to actually get people to enjoy working out? It's supposed to be fun.
Did it originate in Aurelia?
No, the woman out in Aurelia owns a yoga studio, but she offers these classes, and she's kind of the ambassador for Ontario.
Oh, okay.
So can we do another type of working out where we're standing on the board on a stand-up?
For sure,
Let's do it.
absolutely we can. So you're going to come and face me. You're going to stand up 1 foot at a time. Use your hands,
Okay.
and you're going to come and face me sideways. We call this surf stance. Get your feet nice and wide.
Okay.
So from here, so much stuff you can do. You can lunge laterally.
Yeah, well, I got a little bit wider here.
There we go, for sure. You can do a squat in the middle. And even in your squats, it's going to tell you really quickly if you're
I tell you.
favoring one side over the other.
Wow. So right away, as soon as I went down,
You have to engage.
got you. Okay, so let's try that again.
So squat nice and down, reach those hips back. Great, come back up.
So now let's talk a little bit about diet. How important is diet still with involved in this type of working out?
Okay. We like to joke that you can eat cake and lose weight in Surfset. Obviously, that's not completely the case. You have to really watch what you're doing. Make sure you're getting enough water. But there's always little fixes that you can do in your diet that'll help you lose that weight. Things like, if you really like your sweets, instead of having it every day, say, I'm going to have 3 sweet things this week, and you get to pick when they are. Things like that, just little changes in your diet will really help your body get the full effect of your workouts.
And is this something you can do with a membership, or it's walk-in? Because there could only be so many surfboards in a room, right?
Oh, for sure. So our class sizes are actually pretty small. They're only 12 students plus the instructor, 13 boards. So that way we can give everyone the individual attention. But you can walk in, you can call ahead. There's memberships that you can get. If you work out more than once a week, definitely get a membership. And there's class packages you can get too.
I'm still feeling that in my core right now. Are the boards, are you able to buy a board if you want it for your own home or no?
You can. It does get expensive with the shipping because they do come from the US.
Right.
But it is possible if it's something you want on your own.
Well, I would think it's actually still better to do it with you because you were able to correct the things that I was doing wrong right here.
For sure, exactly. And that way we can actually help you go to that next level. We could say, oh, you're really good at doing this, so how about you try doing this to it as well to add that extra challenge.
Yeah. And well, I love torturing Declan, so I just want to see him sweat
Okay,
a
here
little
we go.
more.
Back on the board.
Let's do some core stuff. You've already been using it.
Yeah, might as well.
Let's have a seat.
Okay, hold
We're
on.
going to do a move we call sunrises. So we're going to grab the board behind us.
Okay.
Legs are going to come up.
Okay.
Good. We're going to bring them down to one side,
Oh,
flatten the body,
The sun's rise is
up
rising.
and over to the
Yeah.
other side.
Oh, okay.
Good. For less intensity, you could always bring the knees into the center. But for more intensity, keeping the legs straight. This is really great for the lower abs, too,
This
which
is
are really hard to target.
Hard on the lower abs, people.
For sure.
I know I'm making it look easy for my first time, but it is not easy.
The more you flatten out, the more it's going to engage the entire abdominal. And you're actually going to work the obliques here as well.
Okay, give me 2 more.
2 more. Okay, let's try some wave runners. This is a burn move. So we're going to grab the board in front of us, come to our knees once again, and then come up to our plank.
Okay.
So wave runners kind of look like mountain climbers, but they're on the board. So you're going to bring one knee in, then jump.
Oh, this is not
Jog it out here.
Okay.
And obviously, the faster you go, the higher your heart rate
Yes.
goes, for sure.
Bianca, you want to try?
Nope. What's the difference between going to a gym then versus working out with your classes?
For sure. So, I mean, the benefit to doing a group workout is you have the trainer's attention right there with you. And there's also that really great energy of working out with the whole group. Everyone's smiling, everyone's laughing. We don't take ourselves too seriously at Surfset because you're working out on a surfboard. It's fun, it's funny, everyone's shaking around. The other benefit is that, I mean, they don't have these at a gym. This is just something that kind of kicks up your workout to that next level without you having really done anything extra.
Well, I think one of the great things about this is that it's something new that your body's never tried, and that's why it works so well.
Yep.
So
Definitely.
I'm going to continue to keep working out here. You guys don't touch that dial. We'll be right back.